I am very sorry and saddened today to relay the sad news that Robert John Schrupp, founder and personality of the Bob and Brad YouTube channel, passed away Wednesday, August 6th, as a result of a cerebral ataxia. Now, 14 years ago, Bob and I started the YouTube channel. It's interesting. He just walked into the office one day and he said to me, "Brad, let's start a YouTube channel. We can help many more people and really do well with it, I think." And I looked at him, kind of rolled my eyes, and I said, "Yeah, let's do it," kind of kiddingly. And here we are, 14 years later, 4,500 videos, actually more than that, Bob and I created together, and 5.3 million subscribers. When Bob got sick a few years ago, unable to continue with videos, we were very lucky and fortunate to have Mike step in to fill his big shoes. And Mike would like to share some more information as well.
So Bob may be gone, but his presence will still remain with us. His family, including his daughters Jamie and Sarah and his son Matt, have been a part of this company for many years, working hard behind the scenes to ensure everything meets Bob's very high standards. They will continue to work with us behind the scenes and make sure everything Bob has built will carry on into the future. And Matt, Bob's son, would like to share an update on what actually happened to Bob so our audience can hear it directly from the family.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt, but most of you probably know me as Bob's son. I just wanted to take a few minutes here to talk about what happened, give the point of view of myself and my family, and just share a few thoughts about Bob, my dad. On the morning of Friday, August 1st, I got a call from my sister, and she had informed me that my dad had a cardiac event due to his cerebellar ataxia. Paramedics were able to get to him and get him airlifted to Mayo in Rochester, Minnesota. He was in the emergency department for a few hours, and then they brought him up to the ICU. It was clear to us that there was little to no brain function, and he was breathing somewhat on his own, but also with the help of a ventilator. So over the course of those next couple days, we really made sure to spend a lot of time with him, sit in the room with him, hold his hand, talk to him, and just kind of share stories with him and with the rest of the family around. I know personally for me, I got to spend probably 5 or 6 hours over the course of the next days, just me and him talking. A weird thing trying to fit a lifetime, kind of an odd thing trying to fit a lifetime of conversations into just a few hours. I got to share some of my favorite memories with him, got to thank him for being such a wonderful dad, and I just talked and talked and talked until I felt like I couldn't say anymore, and it was really nice. Life is a funny thing. For the last 5 years, as we slowly watched him decline, the only thing I would wish for is for him to be back to normal. And then over those past few days where I was just sitting in the hospital bed with him, I would give anything just to have him back to the stage he was at before. And now, you think you're done crying, but you never are, really. And now as I sit here, I would give anything just to hold his hand just for a couple more minutes. Definitely one big life lesson there is be thankful for the time you have with people, because you never know when it's going to be cut short. My dad wanted to be an organ donor. The hospital does a really cool event called the Heroes Walk, where they allow the family to walk with the donor, my dad, down a hallway and down to the elevator doors that take him to the operating room. And the hallway is lined with the staff that had helped him over the last few days, and everyone's just so supportive. It's just a really powerful event, just how much reverence and respect there was during that. To have that moment to be with my family and for us to all walk together one more time as my dad gives the best gift that he could. We were told once my dad got down to the operating room, they had a moment of silence, and then they read a little bit about who he was and really honor him, which I think is just a wonderful thing. So on Wednesday, August 6th, 3 people got life-changing calls that day saying they were getting a new organ from my dad. I think there is no better way to say how my dad lived than to say that he saved 3 more lives at the end. You know, he's helped so many people throughout his life. He is the most selfless man I'd ever met, and he would always do anything to help other people. Before I go on any further, I just want to thank the Mayo staff for the wonderful job they did, obviously for the world-class care that they gave my father, but also just for how they treated us. They were wonderful all the way through until the end. I also think it's important to note that my dad would not have been able to be a donor if it weren't for the life-saving efforts of my mom. Thanks to the efforts of my mom, 3 people got life-saving calls that day, and several more may in the future as well. Truly shows how much of a power couple my mom and dad are. I think there's a few takeaways that I would like people to remember. My dad lived a very selfless life. He always gave without the expectation of receiving anything in return. And if we can all strive to do a little bit of that in our lives, the world will be a better place, just like with the impact that my dad made. I also think it's important to say my dad was working on video scripts on the day that he had his cardiac event. So literally up until just about the day he died, he was doing what he loved, which was helping people. My dad has always seen this YouTube channel as a family business. I know I have been working for Bob and Brad in some capacity doing content creation or video editing for a long time now. And my sister has been running the company for several years and will be stepping into the role of president. So I'm extremely proud to work for Bob and Brad and try to help as many people as we can, just like my dad would have wanted. For the past few years, my dad had always told us, don't wait to live life. I think that's an important message that we can take away from this is do what makes you happy, treat others well, and don't save something for later because you don't know if you might lose it or not. I hope this all sounded okay. One last takeaway. My dad loves sweets. He loved desserts, his peanut M&Ms, his root beer floats. So I've been told calories don't count when you're grieving. So my message to everyone here is go enjoy a sweet on Bob today and live life to the fullest. I know myself and my family are going to remember my dad for the rest of our lives. And I'm sure a lot of people out there will also remember him because he has impacted literally millions of people's lives. And I am so proud to be his son. And I'm really going to miss him. I love you, Dad.
Thank you, Bob, for being an important part of our lives, for being a great role model and mentor to all, and we will never forget you.
That's right. And I just want to add, Bob just loved doing this channel. It was his passion, but there's one thing he loved more and spent more time with was his family. He was a family man, all in out. So take care, Bob. It takes more than death to separate family from the father.
And thank you to our audience for keeping track and caring for Bob for the last couple of years. It's very important to all of us and to him as well.
This is part of it, Bob. It all fits together, doesn't it?
Well, we're going to give you our standard line here at Dan. We can fix just about anything,
Except for that broken heart.
but we're working on it.
Yeah, right here we got the numbers.